Good evening and salutations, my Y&R fans. Wow, it's been a while since I actually done one of these. So, Daniel comes up to Abby and is asking her questions that he shouldn't be asking. And this is mostly to do with the lawsuit and which way that the board voted. And at first Abby's like, "Hey, listen, I can't really sit there and talk to you about this." And you would think at this point that Danny would be like, "You know what, listen, you're right. We're friends and stuff like that. I shouldn't be using my friendship to um decide, well, ask you questions that you're uncomfortable with asking and um, give me information you shouldn't be giving me." But he continues to press, and for some odd reason, Abby decided to indulge him and gave him the answer that he did not want to hear, that she did vote against him and she did it for the company. He gets all mad, he gets all pissy, he feels betrayed and everything like that. And I'm just like, I mean, there's friendship and then there's business. Like what I don't understand. Like, see, this is the problem with Daniel. This is the problem that Daniel had with Lily. When he walked up there, when he decided to sit there and be together with her, it's like you couldn't separate business from pleasure, and it wound up biting you in the ass. And now you're sitting there getting all upset because you had an answer that you didn't want to, that you didn't like. So what does he do? He goes to Phyllis, all people, to whine and complain. Let's be honest about how no one in town likes him. No one likes him. Abby don't like him. Lily don't like him. He has to live in the same building as Lily, and it almost made it seem like he was just gonna like take Heather and leave. And I'm like, you don't have a job. Like, what are you exactly going to wind up doing, right? So you got that going on, and you got that going on, right? Then you got this surprise board meeting that Devon, Lily, and Abby, decide to do to, stop Billy or whatever, right? So Nate's there for a little bit, and Nate leaves, and Devon's like, "Hey, listen, I want to call a meeting. I want to call an emergency board meeting, whatever." I'm kind of just like, how many times can you actually do that in a year? Like, how many times can you be like, "Well, I got an idea. I want to sit there and try to take Billy out, so we gotta sit there and do a meeting." It's like, y'all just randomly decide to do it, and it just happens like that. Anyway, Jill's like, she's not liking it, and like, "Hey, let's sit there and vote." Now, what Devon did was, here's the thing. I like Devon, but Devon has been doing some very foul things. Treating Tucker like garbage for months. But when he needs something, then he wants to sit there and start asking him for favors, right? Then he wants to sit there and play the sun card, right? So what does he decide to do? He decides to put Abby in a very awkward and uncomfortable position where there's one point where Joe's like, "Okay, you know what? Listen, I already know which way Abby's going to sit there and vote." And Abby's like, "No, no, no, no. I'm voting in your favor. Like I'm voting against whatever, I'm voting against Devon." And with that being said, Joe's like, "Okay, cool. Don't do this again. Next time we'll get my lawyers and act like adults and deal with it." And so she clicks out. And Abby's like, "Yo, listen, why would you sit there and just assume that I'm going to vote your way?" You know? And the one thing that she did sit there and say was, my entire life, I'm an Abbott and I'm a Newman. And I've had both families sit there and try to pressure me into different situations. But I would never expect that from you. And at first, Devon is like, "Well, listen, I didn't mean to put you there. It was just a time sensitive thing. And, I would have told you. But, listen, I shouldn't have did it and I'm sorry." And I'm just like, you really shouldn't have did that, though. Like, that was out of pocket mistake number two. All in 1 month. That's quite an accomplishment right there. Now, at some point, Abby talks to Lily, right? And Abby's like, she just wants to sit there and clear the air and be like, hey, listen, I mean to vote against you. I was just, I had to do what's right, and I didn't like the way that Devon just put me on the spot. But she does sit there and tell Lily that she did talk to Daniel about which way she voted. And Lily's like, yeah, you shouldn't have did that. He's not a board member. You really shouldn't have did that. But I'll sit there and make a confession too. I did sit there and tell Daniel that I'm thinking about giving back some of his characters, maybe give him some commissions or whatever. Have him as a how does that call? I don't know why my brain's not working. Um, Consulted on some of these games and stuff since the platform is doing well, and we don't need we don't need the negative PR. And I did laugh because I was like, really, it's kind of too late to be sitting there worrying about bad PR. Okay, you should have worried about that before you decide to fire him. Okay, like that's when you should have worried about the bad PR. But more importantly, I think the reason why he's actually maybe getting back some of these characters and stuff like that is because there's already a lot of chaos that's going on with Billy and Mamie and stuff like that. So the last thing that they need is to be sitting there dealing with Daniel whining and complaining and I want my characters back because it's also my daughter or some crap like that that I don't really care about, but they don't need that. So I'm glad that Lily is starting to think as a businesswoman instead of someone that's just thinking with their emotions. Now, speaking of her emotional situation, Audra's all ready to sit there and pack up. She's all ready to go. And Tucker's like, hey, listen, I can't go yet because I got to sit there and help on my son. Audra is pissed. Audra's pissed. Audra's one of those type of women that is like, damn, she looks good, but like, you can't trust her, right? Like, you can't trust this chick. And she's upset because she's like, hey, listen, I'm not, you can't always sit there and treat me like I'm always going to be around. You know, you are holding our trip up again, this time for a son who's been treating you like crap. Like, what are you doing? And Tucker's like, hey, listen, I have a chance to fix my relationship. I want to take it, and I hope you can understand that. And she's like, no, I can't understand that. And so she's like, hey, listen, I'll go by myself. So she storms off. She runs into Sally. She tells Sally the situation. And, while Sally's like, hey, listen, I understand what you're coming from. You don't want to feel like you're being treated for granted. No one does, right? So you have a right to your feelings in a way, but you have to understand that, Tucker's a parent. He wants to sit there and try to fix stuff with his relationship with his son. And I think she said something along the lines of like he trusts you to, pretty much handle it like an adult and not just run off talking about, oh, I'm gonna sit there and, take his company from him and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, is that the type of chick you really want to be with? Somebody that you get a little mad, you get them a little mad and a little frustrated, and then they wind up deciding to just do a hostile takeover of your company. Really? That's the type of woman that you want to sit there and trust? Because, like, to be honest, I have to tell you the truth. Like, I, she looks good, but you can't trust this chick. Like, I I wouldn't trust that chick to sit there and draw me a damn bath, to be honest. Let alone being my damn partner at a multi-millionaire, multi-billion-dollar company. Nate comes over, and at first Nate is getting ready to sit there and give you the "I told you so" speech, which she does not want to hear. He's like, hey, listen, I'm just here to be a friend. Let's just have some dinner or whatever. So while that's going on, you got what else going up happening? Oh, so after Devon pretty much kind of messed up things for his relationship a little bit, he goes to not society. There's a coffee place, Crimson Lights, or is it Society? It's one of them. The coffee place, Sharon's place. Anyway, he winds up going there. He runs into Tucker, right? Because Tucker was there venting to Phyllis, and I'm like, this is where you can tell some stuff is kind of off with these shows, budget wise and everything like that. Like, why would you go to Phyllis out of all people to sit there and start talking about your parenting woes? Because she's just looking like, I'm not trying to be mean or rude, or I am, but like, I don't care about you. You know, I don't care about you, and I don't care about your damn son either. I'll actually tell you the truth, both of y'all can sit there and go F yourselves. But he talks for a little bit, and then Tucker sees Devon and tells Devon, hey, listen, Billy's out of town. Now, Tucker got that from Phyllis. So Devon's like, oh, okay, where'd you get that from? Tucker's like, oh, I got my ear to the ground. Hmm. So he walks up to Phyllis, and he's like, so did you just leak confidential information? Did you just violate your contract to this company? She's like, yeah, I did it. I don't like you. I don't like the decision that you're sitting there making. And you know what? You don't have to sit there and worry about firing me because I quit. So, okay, good. Made my job a lot easier. And then he just walks off. And I'm just like, so, granted, she was already upset because of Danny, because I don't know how many people actually care about this stupid love triangle. But, she's all upset and in her feelings and acting like some 16-year-old little hurt teenage girl. Um, and so now I'm just like, okay, so let me get this straight. You didn't get the man, and you just lost your job. You're just winning at life, aren't you? Like you just winning at life, aren't you? Um, I mean, it's not like this chick is rich, so it's like, what do you plan on doing? What is your end game at this point? Just being broke, just I guess mooching off your kids at this point. Like, is that end game at this point for you? I feel like that's about it. But I'm not gonna lie, Wino has actually been pretty good this week. It's been it's been really good this week. I have to sit there and give them their props. GH on the other hand has just been. That's mostly because of the stupid wedding that I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anyone really cares about. But even so, Wino has actually been pretty good this week. So I'm very happy. I'm not doing a live stream tonight. I think I'm just gonna sit there and take a rest night, which is why I'm actually doing all four of well reviews for 4 shows. Usually, if I take a rest night, I'll try to do all 4 reviews because I want people to know my opinions and I want to sit there and hear theirs since I'm not going to be doing a live stream. So this time I'll sit there and try to do a little more of a practice on. As much as I love streaming, there's times where you need one of a day to just kind of reset and this way you don't burn yourself out. As much as I love doing it. But I will be back tomorrow. So if I missed anything, write it down in the comment section below, and then we'll just talk about it tomorrow. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I'll see you in the next video.